Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Inside Russia. My name is Konstantin, and I'm streaming live from the very south of Russia, from the city of Rostov-on-Don. Welcome. Glad to see you joining me today. I have a message to you, and my message is unique because I have not heard anything what I'm going to tell you today before, and this is just fresh news happening in Russia as we speak. Without further ado, let me jump right into my message. The North Koreans are coming. What the heck is all about? Is it a clickbait? Not really. Lately, in the past few months, I feel like I personally have been living a bad dream, a series of bad dreams. There are so many of them, it's just too many to count. For example, Western companies leaving Russia or have left Russia. Definitely a bad dream. Russia is being cancelled everywhere in the world, in all departments: business, finances, politics, education, culture, sports, anywhere. Definitely a nightmare, a bad dream. Russians are not welcome in European countries and in some other countries too. Definitely a bad dream. Moskvich coming back. It's not even a bad dream. It's like crazy man's sci-fi. Russia having a military conflict with one of the neighbors, and people dying on both sides. This is not even a bad dream. This is, I don't know, devil's work or something like that. Russia is thinking of importing cars from Iran and asking Iran for technical support. That definitely is a bad dream. And now Russia is looking towards the labor market, the migrants from North Korea. I don't know what to say. Well, let me explain that. The guy in focus today is Marat Khusnullin. He is in charge of Russia's state construction. He oversees and directs all construction done by the government. That the government pays for it. Now, I know Marat Khusnullin quite a bit. I have respect for the guy, and this is not a joke and not sarcasm. I think Marat Khusnullin is a brilliant manager, a very smart guy. Originally from Republic of Tatarstan, from Kazan, he was appointed to do Moscow's renovation over 10 years ago. Moscow just received a new mayor, Sergei Sobyanin, and Sergei Sobyanin appointed Marat Khusnullin as his deputy to oversee all the processes. And obviously there were big plans for Moscow, construction in Moscow. And you know what? Marat Khusnullin did fantastic job. Again, no joke, no sarcasm. Brilliant guy. He overhauled Moscow. He completely renovated it. If you compare Moscow circa 2008 and 2022, you will see two different cities. Moscow of summer of 2022 is the imperial capital at its glory. It's unbelievably clean. It's developed. It has new roads. It has fantastic infrastructure. It's clean. It's well organized. A great deal thanks to Marat Khusnullin. He did such a wonderful job that it was noticed on the very top. And he was appointed, well, he was moved up, appointed as the top guy to oversee construction for entire Russia. And I think that's the position well deserved. He's one of the bureaucrats, government officials that I can't really say against anything. I can't say anything against. The guy at his seat, as we say in Russia. There's challenges for Marat Khusnullin. And the challenges, he was appointed the top construction guy, and all of a sudden CV-19 hit. And you know, CV-19 changed everything, not just in Russia, but in other countries as well. It changed the life as we knew it. Lockdowns, we had never heard about them before. I mean, how they changed everything. Travel bans. A lot of migrants from Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan, from neighboring countries with lower living standard, the men usually come and work in construction in Russia, and they consist a huge part of construction workers. All of a sudden, in 2020, there was a travel ban, and they could not travel to Russia and work. Therefore, this construction business had tremendous problems. And Marat Khusnullin was somehow trying to, fix everything, or at least ease everything. Anyway, he did somewhat decent job. No problems there. And as soon as the CV-19 started going down somewhat, boom, special military operation against Ukraine. And it has brought many challenges for a lot of people, not tragedies really. And Marat Khusnullin is in the hot seat because he's right in the middle of things. Now, a few days ago, Marat Khusnullin. Oh, before I jump into it, I gotta tell you that one of the problems that Mr. Khusnullin should not be having right now is lack of qualified workers who want to work in the construction. For one simple reason. Unemployment in Russia has started rising with the start of the special military operation, with the sanctions upon Russia, with companies leaving, with economy going down, with living standard going down, spendings, cut by the Russian citizens, less money, draconian financial measures, and so forth. Unemployment is rising. More and more people out of job. Well, that is obvious. Even Russia's top official, the Minister of Labor, admitted in June that starting May, unemployment started rising in Russia. And after that, his deputies came out with comforting messages saying, "No, things are under control," and so forth. But just today, I saw real news, and they kind of confirm what I've been saying for the past, 6 months, that economic tsunami is coming towards Russia, that economic meltdown is expected, and so forth, and unemployment will be huge. Anyway, today was the first time that I saw that the Center of Strategic Initiatives or Developments, a quite honorable organization in Russia, released data of raising unemployment in Russia. There is no official data from the Ministry of Labor as of yet, but there's prediction and forecast from the Center of Strategic Development. The center specialists say that towards the end of 2022, 53 regions of Russia, and I remind you, there are 85 regions in Russia. So in 53 regions, there will be time and a half more unemployed compared to January 2022. Think about this. Time and a half more unemployed. But that's just 53 regions. 16 regions, there will be a double amount of unemployed people. A double, twice as many. Okay? Folks, this is serious stuff. And this is, real serious people throwing out serious numbers in public, okay? This is not games any longer. I don't know what the Ministry of Labor is thinking, but, I mean, you can say one thing, whatever you want, but if you go on the street, you will see a different picture, all right? And then these two pictures, they kind of have to align, okay? And the Center of Strategic Initiatives, then developments, has a better picture, the more accurate picture, okay? So this tells that Marat Khusnullin should not have at least one problem, one headache he was having during the CV-19, lack of qualified construction workers. Because, hey, where do unemployed people go to? Anywhere they can find a job. And if there are jobs in construction, but hey, they will go and fill those positions. So there shouldn't be any problem. Now, a couple days ago, Marat Khusnullin was given an interview to a huge Russian media, Rosbusiness Consulting, or RBC as we say it in Russia, and he said, now folks, this is a huge interview. He knew that whatever he was going to say would be quoted by every single person, like the tiniest newspaper in Russia, and every single Russian will know what he would say, okay? So he was well aware of his words. He said, I quote, the labor market of North Korea is very interesting. He said, I quote, that the workers from North Korea have higher productivity, higher efficiency than the Russian workers do. Mr. Khusnullin gave an example, very specific example. He took North Korean ceramic tile installers, and he stated that they work 2.5 times faster than Russian workers, Russian ceramic tile installers. He said that, I quote, one ceramic tile installer from North Korea replaces two and a half installers from Russia. He said, I quoted, he added that the workers from North Korea are, of course, very good workers, but they're very closed, meaning the labor market of North Korea is closed. But don't let it fool you. You know what North Korean closed market means. It means that just one telephone call from you-know-who to you-know-who and asking for help or for a favor, not even for help, saying, hey, how you doing? Listen, could you please send 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 ceramic tile installers to Russia, because we could use them. And you know what's going to happen next? The required amount will be waiting at the Russian border the very next morning. So, labor market of North Korea is not close to Russia. It's just waiting for its hour. Now, why Mr. Khusnullin would say something like that? I mean, he knew that he would be quoted by everyone. He knew that every single media would quote him, and they did. They did. He's all over the news. He has been all over the news, okay? There are a few theories about why he did that. And I'm going to give you some. And I'm going to ask you to give me to share what you think in the comments. To let me know which of the answers, and I'm going to give you multiple choice questions, which of the answer you think is right in this case. Because I think it's just the first very tiny stepping stone in getting Russian society conditioned to the idea that there are other labor markets might be opening for Russians, okay, such as North Korean markets. So when the North Korean, and if they come, again, Marat Khusnullin did not say that the Koreans are coming, but he gave very ambiguous message. And if he didn't mean anything, he wouldn't have said anything, right? But he mentioned North Koreans. So I think that it is possibly a first step in conditioning Russian society's public opinion, general public opinion towards, migrants from other countries such as North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, Syria, who else? Libya, perhaps, I mean, they're good workers too, I assume. Anyway, the close friends of Russia, the remaining friends. I think that's whoever we're friends with might open the labor markets for Russia. Now, there are a few thoughts on why he said what he said. And the first one is, and I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying it's a possibility. Okay, that's a possibility. And I'm just giving you these possibilities, and I want you to shoot back at me your answers. What do you think is the most probable answer, okay? First is, country is in complete chaos, and the work of different ministries, different top officials is not coordinated. No one is coordinating it whatsoever. Therefore, some statements of different top officials can contradict one another. For example, Labor Department, Labor Ministry, and the Ministry of Construction, or Ministry of Manufacturing, and so forth. So, chaos. That's number one. Number two, the sabotage. Some people may sabotage decisions of other people. All it means is a power struggle inside the government, because, it's not a secret that the government of Russia, and that the government of any country for that matter, is full of groups of influence, and sometimes these groups go against one another. And this could be sabotage against another group, or other people's interests, other groups' interests, and so forth. I'm not saying if it's sabotage, I'm not saying it's true, I'm just saying that there's a possibility of some kind. Number three, they know more than we do. The reasons behind messages, not just Marat Khusnullin message, but some other messages of government officials that we find it's hard to interpret, Perhaps they have perfect reason, or perfect reasons behind them. It's just, In order to understand, one must possess the knowledge. And very likely we just don't know some things. In this case, it's pretty bad, but it's definitely a possibility. And number 4, simply, our country has gone backwards so much recently that in order to perform such simple tasks as to install ceramic tiles, build things, manufacture cars or computers, we must bring help from other countries. And it's quite unbelievable that other countries are like Iran or North Korea, but that's the fact. That's the normalcy of late summer of 2022, okay? It's hard to believe that we have gone back so much, but this is a possibility. So, this is number 4. I want you to please let me know what you think. Perhaps you have your own suggestion that I haven't thought of. You know, this is a very sad times and stranger things. There's one good news though. Fantastic news for Russia. At least something is good. Russia, well, one of the Russian high-tech companies has just announced that it has created the killer of MacBook Pros. That's infamous computer that a lot of people use and love. Russians came up with a computer so much better that it's going to kill MacBook Pro. I just read the news at the Russian news agency called cnet.ru. And I made a community post describing what this killer machine is, the beast of a thing, you know. And if you haven't seen it, go in my to my community post after the end of the stream and find out. I think you're gonna like it. You're gonna rejoice with us, so to speak. Again, my friends, please let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on, which one of the 4 answers is closest to you, or perhaps you have your idea. Please let me know in the comments. Turning on the comments now. Reese Gray is number 1 today. Welcome, Reese, and welcome, everyone. Lorna Mommy, Toro 8 Star, Blackhead, Roby, Harry Potnan, Bob S., Yodi Racer, Filippo, Mr. E30, Isabel, Frank, Marsha, the usual suspects. My friends, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for staying into the commenting, and thanks for commenting. Thanks for saying hi. Howdy to everyone, and fantastic to see you. Thank you so much. Reese Gray, double champion, 2nd day in a row. First comment, first super chat. Hello from Canada, Mr. Popular. Actually, Reese, you know what? I remember your first comment because you were the first person who called me Mr. Popular. And it was such a striking change. I don't know, it was early, like mid-March, I think it was around March 10th. And it was my kitchen of my Moscow apartment. So I remember that. Thank you, Reese. Love reading how you write. Hello, Mr. Popular. North Koreans coming to Russia is bad news for citizens. To authoritarian government, the value of people is labor. Devalue labor through replacement, and people are of no value. This is not a question, this is a statement, and you're spot on. It's hard not to agree with you. No, it's hard to disagree with you. This is kind of the message that I've tried to give, So you got it very, very nicely. Bad dreams, I'm telling you. Luke King, thank you so much. Do you think it is possible that the government is looking to install key labor resources into areas that could be most affected if dissent or Russian economy breakdown occurs? Very complicated idea. Very complicated idea. I would say no, but then if they know more than I do, and we all do, then it's possible. Okay, so it's not yes and it's not no. It's just somewhere in the middle. I would say no, but there are circumstances that the answer would be yes. I'm not a magician. I don't know. Time will tell very soon. I see that Blackhead has gifted sponsorships again to 5 people. Thank you so much. That's really a very generous gift. And, thank you. Thank you very much. And there's another person. Oh, Reese Gray. Same thing. He is gifted sponsorship to five people. By the way, tomorrow will be at 7 p.m. Moscow and 9 p.m. Moscow. There will be live streams for sponsors and patrons. So please tune in. New sponsors, new patrons. There will be a live stream just for sponsors. It's much slower, fewer people. I answer all questions. Much more personal talk usually. Very friendly atmosphere, nice people. So please come. KWNY Upstate, thank you so much. If North Koreans are twice as good managing construction projects, you might be out of a job. Very true. If I don't think that they know how to manage large construction projects. I don't think they know how to build power stations. I don't think there aren't any power stations been built in North Korea in the last 20 years. So I think I'll be okay, but I might be out of the job anyway. The whole concept of North Korea possibly sending people to help Russia is kind of atrocious. Voice Bootcamp. Long time no see. Howdy, howdy. Thank you very much for your support. Hi, this is Faisal from Canada. Nice to hear from you again. Yes, I remember you. Thank you so much. If you want me to notice your comment, please put it in caps. That way there are more chances that I will do. Curious one, howdy, howdy. Thank you. Alex Simashov. Howdy, howdy from Salt Lake City, Utah. Been there once. Howdy. One bone I have to pick with this system of YouTube. As soon as someone makes a new comment, I'm looking at some comments and I go boom all the way down, and I have to go back and look for, the spot that I left at. Christian Cruze, plenty of North Korean workers are in Russia now working in construction and forest service, have been for years. Christian, it could be, I just have not heard of it. The only North Korean I've seen in my life was the football player. He played for FC Rostov back in 2013, 2014, 2012. And he was a decent guy. He played well. He was a striker. But then FIFA World Cup 2014, and North Korean national team just falls apart. It failed miserably. And he was one of the football players on the team. So after the FIFA World Cup, he flew to North Korea, never to be heard from again. I don't think he's alive any longer. Okay, that's what North Korea is all about. He had a contract with FC Rostov. He was making money and everything. We actually relied on him. We depended on him, and never to be heard from again. Never came back. Never said. Never called or anything. Just disappeared from the face of Earth. Wook, thank you so much for your generous support. Great to catch your stream today. Oftentimes I'm not able to make it, but glad when I do. Stay positive, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. It's been tremendous. I'm trying to stay positive as much as I can. Going away for a couple weeks, for 12 days to be exact, helped a little bit. Gave me a mental break. Not breakdown, but mental break. Actually feels somewhat better, but the news that come out every single day in Russia, they don't help. Okay, so let's see for how long I last. And Wook, thank you so much for support. Thank you. Sabrina, howdy. Kim Dolan. James S. Productivity being 2.5 times could be from better tools as well as not telling if they can perform at 2.5 times. When they arrive that does end up happening. I think they really worked 2.5 times faster because of one simple reason. They fear for their lives. That's it. Russians don't. Hey, the worst thing can happen, they fire you. The worst thing can happen to the North Korea. He goes back to North Korea, never to be heard from again. Just like our soccer player, American girl, howdy. Iexitus, howdy from Germany. It's going to be a good gossip stream tonight. Yes, S. Chauncey Gardner, howdy. Chirper. K-Bar from Texas, Houston, Texas. Bob S. What time is it? 34 minutes, plenty of time. 26 minutes. Liz Dumbrell, Mr. Popular, thank you. Looking for the new members. Linda Hawkey, howdy, happy Friday, thank you so much, happy Friday everyone. Friday evening for me, late night actually. No, not late night, late evening. Midnight in 25 minutes, so work week was... A lot of Russians, was not that hard this week. A lot of Russians are still on vacations, dead season. So I worked less than usual, which is not really a good thing. I like to work more. I really enjoy working. Kathy D, hello from Michigan. What is the tea today? Kathy and everyone, I got a different tea today, which is Mlesna from Sri Lanka. Someone explained me that Ceylon is somewhat racial, but all the boxes of that tea, they say Ceylon tea. Nothing says Sri Lankan tea, Ceylon tea, okay? So it's from Sri Lanka, it's Mlesna, and this is Earl Grey. I got a new pack because my Highland blend ended yesterday. Hey, if you want, I can give you the links to Amazon in the description, because they sell it on Amazon. Actually, I will give you the link to exactly what I'm drinking right now, and this is pretty good. I also got a box of another tea. It's Mlesna, but it's called Darjeeling. So far, not so good. I tried it once, but perhaps I brewed it a wrong way. I will give it, well, obviously I'll be drinking that, but hopefully it'll improve. But so far, I didn't really enjoy that taste that much. Bleed Hawk, thank you so much. Ferrari guy has a question. Given demographic issues in Russia, is it any surprise that exterior labor is needed? Yes and no. If you look at specialists, experts, IT, not so much engineers, but skilled professionals, I should say, then yes, shortage. But if you look at laborers or construction workers, trust me, there's no shortage. Over the past few years, I think like a huge amount of Ukrainians came to Russia to work, and they're excellent workers. Okay, they cover all these things: construction, interior, exterior, and stuff like that. And this huge army of unemployed people that is going to appear in the following months. I mean, they gotta feed themselves and their families somehow. Construction, if there are plenty of jobs in construction, of course, you know. So in this case, in the construction, no, but generally, yes. Pamela J. Make Russian tilers work faster? Well, how? Brian, 75 England. Hi, Constantine. Could these North Koreans have a certain set of skills? I think the very basic skills. Their biggest and best skill is that they work fast and they probably do a good job, whatever they try real hard, you know. But, I mean, a good friend of mine visited North Korea as a tourist, and he was telling horror stories about the country. They are so underdeveloped. It's actually beyond belief. They don't have computers, they don't have cars, anything. They're on the verge of starving to death, you know. What skills? Most of them don't have high education. Probably they're good laborers. Alex, I see that you saw my community post. Russian BitBlaze Titan notebook is unsellable outside Russia, like Lada. Well, you know, it's gonna kill MacBook Pros or MacBooks, at least here in Russia. They're going to have a whooping 1,000 on them of them for sale because on February 24th, that Taiwanese company that was producing semiconductors and the parts, you know, breached the contract, canceled the contract due to political reasons. So I don't really know who's going to produce semiconductor for them. The Chinese? I don't think so. Gabby, howdy howdy. Is this to condition society to the sacrifices ahead? That certainly is a stepping stone, okay? In that interview, I don't believe that it was given unthoughtfully. It was very well crafted, thought out, you know. That guy of that caliber, he just doesn't throw his words onto wind, you know. Chauncey, this September is the 50th anniversary of the Summit Series between Canada and Russia Hockey Series. Great stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God, 1972. Yes. I don't remember that obviously, but this is a legend in Russia. I gotta rewatch all the games. We won the first game, the second game, but we lost the series. Ugh. Russians, by the way, still think that we won. Okay, because we did such a great job in Canada, in the first part. And then when they're told, but we lost overall, like, it doesn't really matter and stuff like that. And when I wasn't, like, spoke to Canadians, they like, you lost. What are you talking about? You lost. And they have a point. There's a new sponsor, LAKWB. Welcome to Inside Russia. Reese Gray has given sponsorship to quite a few people. Robbie Von Haren, Martin. I don't see the other ones somehow. Diane S. There you go. Stephen Porosic. Isabel Ligaw. There you go. Amir, thank you so much. Is that laptop the Moskvich of PCs? Yeah, better believe it. It's not a yeah, that's a laptop. Whooping 5 hours of away from the plug outlet. Anyway, if you haven't seen my community post, go and read it. I hope you like it. Jasper potting phase, Janine, definitely. You definitely should consider. You know, well, you can't get it one easily. First of all, you have to pre-order and make 100% down payment. Okay, without that, you're out of luck. And then hoping that they will deliver as promised in November. Time will tell. Pietra Z, I saw a documentary of North Korean slave workers some time ago. Unfortunately, I think that's what it is, Lena Axelson, possible for North Koreans to leave the country at all? Of course not. North Korea, it's one huge labor camp. They can leave for job, but only with permission of the government, and the government keeps 70% of their pay. But still, it's still the time of their lives because they get to keep 30% or whatever they make. Unlike in North Korea, unlike at home. Mads Lindström, what OS in that laptop running? Well, go and read my community post. I actually wrote about that. Could it be a special tiling project? Very well could be, Kim. Daniel, Constantine, North Koreans might be fast workers. Don't you think they may cut corners? No, I don't. Because, hey, if somebody points a gun at you, then you're gonna work 2.5 times faster at least, and you won't cut corners. Howdy, howdy. New subscriber from Florida, USA. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. I'm glad you joined and subscribed. How tall is Constantine? Looks like a huge guy. I always thought that I was 6'3", but then Zangief came along and he kind of opened my eyes. I'm 6'2". Okay, so but I'm still pretty tall. Oля A plus Russian is here. Howdy, howdy. Chris Allen, howdy. BC, at what point will current Russian economic shell game implode? It's a difficult question to answer. The more I live in Russia in the past 6 months, the less I understand the reality, the less I understand. You see, logic and common sense kind of have stopped working here, and things are developing according to some different rules and laws, and I don't quite understand them. So unfortunately, I cannot answer your question. I'm sorry. There's a super chat from Luke King. One more super chat. Do you think this could be a stepping stone of Russia establishing leading a new trading bloc alternative to the West? Good question. Very good question. And you know what? I'm thinking of doing a stream of this alternative economic trading bloc alternative to the West. Russia could be desiring to do that, could be wanting to do that, but that would be wishful thinking. Because the only way you can create a new trading bloc, any trading bloc, and that trading bloc could actually be working is that if it's based on free markets and competition. Look at the countries that are the foundation of this new bloc. Russia, China, India, Brazil. I think Brazil has the freest markets out of them all. Okay, the other ones, it's more of a political endeavor, and I don't know how well politically it's going to be competing with the Western countries, with the West, but economically, I don't think so. Nicole Lauren, thank you so much for your super chat. No message, but $20 is message strong enough. Toro 8 star. Are you going to buy the new luxury car from Iran manufacturer? I'm definitely going to test drive one and make a video about that. Okay. You see, the Iranian cars that might come to Russia, they're luxury. They're going to be very expensive. I'm not making enough to actually be able to afford one of them. I think all I could afford is Moskvich, because that's going to be a step lower budget. Iranians, definitely luxury. I mean, did you see the pictures? How the interior looks like? Posh. Ugh. Good stuff, you know. Joseph, have you ever watched American football? Yes, of course. I watched the Patriots. I mean, hey, I lived in Maine for 9 years, 8 years in Maine and in some other places for some time. The Patriots, New England Patriots. My team. Just Terry. Thank you so much for your question. Have wages dropped? No, they have not. But two things have happened. First thing, the prices for almost everything have risen. And that makes wages seem lower. Second, a lot of people have been sent to vacation without pay. I don't know how it's called in English, but like by law, by Russian law, Russian employers must grant every single employee a paid vacation, which is 28 calendar days every single year, no matter what. But there's a loophole. If a company doesn't want to fire a person, wants to keep them, but there's no work, it can offer an alternative. You sign a paper saying that you go into a vacation that's unpaid, and that's what's been happening quite a lot. So that's number two. Two things. Prices have gone up, and a lot of people are sitting not getting paid at all, but they're not fired. At least not yet. Jeffrey, yes, Minnesota is the state of hockey. Yes, I remember that. Well, it's cold in Minnesota. It's like Siberia, you know. You have shopping malls and buildings interconnected by like this indoor, like covered galleries, you know. Lee, what is that enigmatic North Korean story exactly? Are you asking about my stream? Well, I've if I have failed to deliver the message again, the whole idea of North Koreans, the Russian government is toying with the idea of bringing North Koreans to Russia is pretty outrageous, I must say. And that's not enigmatic to me. Nothing enigmatic about this. It's tragic and it's very sad, and it just shows how far Russia have gone back. Okay, I'm sorry if you didn't understand the message. I mean, I tried my best, but English is my second language, and sometimes I just fail to deliver. I'm sorry. How do North Korean workers help? If Russians are still unemployed, they can't afford their tile work, can they? Asking Diana S. Well, your questions are based on common sense, and guess what? Common sense have stopped working in Russia. So I don't know. I don't know. I think they're just getting Russian society conditioned for introducing new changes of some kind. Devon Harris, thank you. Do people in Russia also play lottery like Powerball or Mega Millions in the other countries? They do. The prizes are not as high, not as large as in the Western countries. They're in millions of dollars, not like in hundreds of millions. For example, a super prize would be $1 or $2 million. But you know what? I personally, and I could be wrong, completely wrong, but I personally do not trust the organizers of those lotteries, if you know what I mean. I never play. There's a Russian fellow, Kaprizov, playing for Minnesota, as far as I remember. Lisa, it's called furlong in English. Happened with my job for some months during COVID until I see. Furlong, it's you live without pay, but you're like on unpaid vacation. I got you. Thank you so much. Gosh, I still don't speak with full voice if you hear it. It's incredible. I still haven't recovered from this bronchitis or something. COVID was not confirmed as COVID, but symptoms are pretty much COVID like. Crazy. Claudio C, thank you so much. No message, but again, this is a message strong enough. And Simon Graham, 50 RON, Romanian. I'm not sure what RON is. Some people speculating Russia will break up under pressure and sanctions. These are just speculations, okay? If someone asking me this question, I have one answer. I don't know. Time will tell. Different republics becoming their own countries, Komi, Sakha, Bashkiristan. There is a law in Russia that clearly states that would be absolutely legal And that's one of the concerns of the government. Again, I don't know. That is absolutely, I haven't even thought about that. That's a dangerous topic to talk about. Time will tell. I hope Russia does well in the future. I hope it's peaceful. I hope it's a good friend to all the neighbors, and I hope it's a part of international community. And I pray for that every single day. Tanya Rossi, thank you so much. No message, but that's a very powerful message. That's quite a punch. Thank you. Friendly punch. Take care of your health. We care. Thank you, Jess Terry. Photo 4. Did you watch Dollar Heroes documentary? Never even heard of that. Beam M, how is the vibes in Rostov? I'm not in Rostov, I'm in Rostov. But I think you meant Rostov. Are people like before the 24th? Thanks for the great conversation and prayers. Beam M, in general, the vibes are nothing like before the 24th. It's a different life. Russia has been split before and after, and I think that's goes true for the entire world, for you as well, for all of us, unfortunately. People, a lot of people are taking it very heavily. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are depressed. You can clearly feel that, see that. I've said it many times in my streams. Things are different now, and not in a good way. My perception. There are some other Russians, some other Russian English speaking bloggers who go out and say everything is fine, everything is usual, everything is normal. Some say, hey, everything is better than it used to be. Like I said, I saw this new video of this fresh English speaking blogger who happened to live in Rostov, and he came out with a video today saying that Russian GDP actually grew since February 24th, and he gave some Western websites with statistics. That's clearly not true. I rely on statistics given by the Russian government, and they're saying it has shrunk by a great deal. The Russian government itself saying something negative, that's huge, because it never says anything negative about itself, okay? And this guy goes out and say, hey, GDP is even higher. So you will get all kinds of opinions on internet, okay? But I can only say about what I see. It's my very subjective opinion, and I also rely on the facts and figures, official numbers given by official sources such as Russian government, perhaps other governments and so forth. So I am telling you, what I am seeing around me is definitely not business as usual, not life as usual. More depression, much worse, more burden. I mean, how can it be usual if 40 miles from me there's Ukrainian border, and there's a military operation going on, and people die every single day? I mean, Luke King, thank you so much again. I would really value your analysis and opinion of the BRICS trade zone and where that could lead. If you could do a stream on that one time, my friend, let me write it down. Good topic. Good topic. I have to research. I know quite a bit about BRICS, but like right now, I couldn't tell you right off the bat because I'm not knowledgeable on this topic enough. So I would have to do some research and give you some of my opinions. We'll do that perhaps next week. Thank you so much for another super chat, my friend. D1 Harris, again, thank you. A new coffee chain in Russia opened today, Star Coffee. I want to give a little shout out to my buddy Russell, Traveling with Russell Mods. If you could post a link to his channel. We are in touch with him, and today he left me a few messages. In the morning, he told me he was going to see that place. And then later, he said he did visit, he did film. He did meet like one of the top guys of that chain, and he's making a video about that. So, a new video coming up on his channel. I personally will go there once just to do a review, and that's it. You know what? They will not get my business. Same as this new Tasty period. That's not McDonald's. They will not get my money. They will not get my business. Fudge them. Last question from Ramekas, and I will invite everyone to a prayer. Mods could really use a sponsor only live stream after today. Some casual talk and sightseeing without trolls. You just gave me a good idea. I can give mods sponsorship because anyone can gift anyone now. That was not technically possible before, but now it is. But mods, I don't want to push you. Please do not moderate the live streams because that would be too much. If you just want to join and as viewers and fellow members, then that'd be fine. But I don't want to push you into more moderating. You've been doing like this incredible job for the past 6 months now. It's really, really, really hard to believe. 6 months. In 4 days, it'll be 6 months. My God. So many lives lost. So much tragedy, so many changes everywhere. Oh, okay. My friends, thank you very much for another stream. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving me a chance to, share my opinion with you. I hope you liked the message. I hope you found it valuable. It's certainly been a pleasure again. I would like to invite everyone to finish this stream by praying. I don't want to say much, but there is feedback coming from different people that prayers work, and a lot of people who actually wanted me to mention them at the end of the prayers, they get back saying that either them or the ones who they ask for, feel better. So that makes me pray like double time, double efforts. So I'm inviting everyone to join me in prayer and ask for, some people, and ask for some events to stop, for peace to come, the usual. Let's do it. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us another day. Thank you for giving us another work week. Thank you for putting food on our tables and roofs over our heads. Thank you for surrounding us with people who we love and who love us. Please help our children, keep them safe and keep them healthy. Please help stop the bloodshed in Ukraine. Reach out and touch the hearts of people who can make decisions and who make decisions. Fill their hearts with love, mercy, compassion, empathy, forgiveness. Make their hearts softer and open their eyes so they get sense, they come to their senses, and they will stop the bloodshed. I'm asking to reach out and touch the hearts of American President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin and do the same to their hearts. Fill them with love, empathy, mercy, remorse, kindness, forgiveness. I'm asking to make their hearts softer, open their eyes so they make decision to stop the bloodshed. Please help everyone in Ukraine who's been touched, displaced, hurt, affected by these tragical events. Send them help. Send them good people. Send them angels. Send them prayers. Please help. I'm asking for all pregnant women who are trying to make a decision whether to keep their babies or not. Please reach out and talk to them so they all make the right decision. Provide help of their families and the loved ones so they are never alone in this very serious time for them. Please help my country. Send strongest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael, to get rid of the demons who have hijacked my country. Make angels run it, make it shine, make it a good neighbor, and make it righteous again, please. Give us wisdom to raise our children. Give us common sense. Give us senses to raise our children the way that when they grow up, they will make this place a better world and they will never ever fight in wars. Please help all the refugees, people who were forced to flee for their lives. Send help and good people their way. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to come together into this community and pray together. Please help everyone who is in this live stream praying with me and just watching us praying. Answer everyone's prayer and make everyone's dream come true. I would like to mention a few people. They need your help. They are Nine Veka, Ellen, Elena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Igor, Bonnie, Buzz, Anne Mary, Jean-Paul, Paula, Janine, Michael Milkowitz, Marlene, Narnian Lady, Susan S., Susan, Fiona, Freddie, Alan, Stephen, Madeline, Sabrina, Michelin, Priscilla, Martin, Joanne, Donald, who asks for himself and separately for his country, the United States of America, Allison and Dave Moyes, I found Waldo, Liz, Deborah, Isabel, Ligo. May her father rest in peace and please give her strength in this uneasy time. Ariana, Liz, Bruce, Kayleen, Michael, Thomas, Tony, Bob, Jessica, Minutes to Midnight, Mr. Hansen. There are also 4 children I would like to ask. They are Sebastian, Maverick, Britzel Anders, and Coulter. They need your help. Their families and loved ones need your help. They need you to show your love, your mercy, and your miracles to them. The kids need to get better and come back to their families to live a long life, happy life, being very healthy. Please make it happen. Thank you so much, dear God, Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing up. Thank you for praying with me. Thank you for staying through the prayer. There will not be a live stream tomorrow. There will be two, but for sponsors and for patrons. And I used to do walking tours of interesting places in Russia, but until recently, I just cannot do happy streams any longer for the time being. I'm taking Saturdays off to somehow recover a little bit, and there will be another stream, another message on Sunday. Please keep on tuning in. I will try to make it a very interesting and good one on Sunday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you for coming again. You're awesome and you rock, and I will see you all very soon.